The boom run comes from techniques used by the old-time loggers to drive logs down the river to the lumber mill. Each competitor runs across a series of floating, spinning logs. You don't want to fall in the water. Once you're around the barrel, make it back across the line. The first one there wins the heat.
STIHL Timbersports Series presented by Carhartt. We are back, Lehi, Utah. We are ready for some women's boom run action. This is our first quarterfinal matchup. In the blue, Jenny Atkinson, the great champion from Minnesota. Elise Schroeder in the black jersey.
Tommy, in practice, Elise had a bit of a fall and sprained her ankle, but she's doing a good job right now. Doesn't seem to have affected her too much. Remember, these gals are focusing on the top 4 inches in the middle of the log, and Elise comes out with a good win there.
Yeah, Jenny went down about the 3rd log segment. On the way back, she'll remount, get it up there, try to get at least a number on the board. It's going to be very difficult. This first quarterfinal goes to Elise Schroeder. And now quarterfinal number 2 on the red path, that's going to be Maggie Bulk. On the green line, Olivia Judd.
Timers and judges ready. Competitors ready. Official start tone sequence.
As you can see, a lot of wind out here today, and that is nothing but trouble for these boom runners. They have to be especially careful about their balance here, and boy, both these competitors are doing very well in a tight race here, and both of them, Judd and Bulk, both in the water.
But Judd has the white log slightly bigger to try and get her balance and get back up on. Maggie Bulk going back from that gold log to try and get up. It's more stable.
Oh, Maggie can't stay up. Now Olivia's going to have one more shot at it. Olivia, as you say, the wider diameter log should be more stable for her. Both of them just sitting there, biding their time, waiting for things to settle down. She's going to go, okay, they've instructed Olivia to go back another log there. Maggie Bulk up and then down again. She's advanced 1 log.
She's checking the rules from the announcer. Oh, and Olivia goes in again.
Boy, a lot of trouble, that wind playing havoc as those logs are rolling. They are of different diameters, 6 different segments. The wider one's, of course, more stable. Olivia Judd is just going to barely break that laser beam in time to take the second quarterfinal. So Olivia Judd just surviving a very tough one right there, and she will move on to the semis where she'll face Elise Schroeder. We're ready for quarterfinal matchup number 3, and folks, it should be a good, tough one here. Taylor Duffy, Hayward, Wisconsin, going up against Minneapolis, Minnesota's Katie Rick. Duffy on the green line, Katie Rick on the red line.
Sequence.
Taylor was last year's champion, and Katie's been doing a lot of practice, trying to be ready for this event, and she's got a great start here.
Absolutely neck and neck around the barrels. It might be Katie Rick with the slight edge there, and it's going to be Katie Rick moving on and taking this quarterfinal victory as Taylor goes out on log number 4 on the way back. Although they were stride for stride, it was tough. They couldn't get into a rhythm, and there it is, Taylor Duffy catching her spikes on that 1 log, the white log right there in the middle, and a tough break for her, so last year's champion will not advance in this competition. It's going to be Katie Rick moving on. Now ready for our final quarterfinal matchup. This one's going to be between Tanya Fisher, Hudson, Wisconsin, and Madison, Wisconsin, Shauna Martin. Shauna Martin, always one of the favorites coming into the women's boom run competition. So very strong professional fitness model and competitor. The thing here, just keep those legs pumping and moving. Try to hit the center of the log, but keep it going. Use your power if you've got it, and Shauna Martin, certainly someone who's got the power it takes to get through a tough run, and she is going to take this final quarterfinal match. Look at that, having some trouble. That middle section of that string of logs has been trouble for all the competitors, but Shauna Martin powering through it. An official time of 13.68. We're set up now for the semis in the women's boom run competition. Semi number 1 going to be Elise Schroeder going up against Olivia Judd. Semi number 2, Katie Rick and Shauna Martin. All right, ready to go with the first semi-final heat of the women's boom run. 2 Wisconsin natives going at it here. Elise Schroeder has looked very, very strong so far throughout the competition, going up against Madison, Wisconsin's Olivia Judd.
Okay, our number 1 qualifier, Elise Schroeder on the green lane now. Tommy, her qualifying time, 12.07. These girls have got to contend with this wind. It seems to be pretty calm now. We could have another quick run.
That's Olivia Judd in the foreground, Elise Schroeder behind her. Elise had some trouble yesterday on one of her runs. Took a terrible spill, really banged up her knee pretty bad, but she says she is feeling fine today and ready to go, and she is showing it. Looking very effortless as she skims across those logs. She can just hang on. Oh, she may have been beaten at the end by Olivia Judd. We'll have have to take a look at the replay on that. Was close.
Well, both ladies got away to a great start going down the logs. Elise stretched out a bit of a lead at the turn, and then on the way back, she got the first log, second log. Now she started to have a little trouble getting off balance, and Olivia Judd racing through, just crossing the line and getting the win.
Second semifinal match, women's boom run. In the foreground, that's Shauna Martin, Katie Rick in the blue.
Shauna Martin, the champion from 2 years ago, wanting to get back to that championship position.
Oh, Katie goes down. Shauna Martin's just going to coast through her way on this one. All she has to do is stay on the logs as she gets through, and Shauna Martin will gain the finals. No, she didn't jump over her laser line again. She did that last year and didn't get a time, so we hope she broke the plane in the right way this time. It appears she had. And Shauna Martin, a victory, just a superior athlete, and she showed it again this time. She will move on to the finals here in Lehi, Utah.
We'll start things off with the consolation match in boom run to decide third and fourth place standings, and it's going to be a good matchup. Katie Rick of the Twin Cities going up against Elise Schroeder of Hayward, Wisconsin, who up to the semis had it going really well.
Leading up to this match race, Elise had a time of 13.55. Katie had a fall and had a time of 20.81. She's going to want to better that this time round.
Timers and judges ready. Competitors ready.
Elise Schroeder in the blue there, Katie Rick in the black.
Very even start. Remember, they're focusing on that 4-inch band across the top of the logs to place their feet around the barrel together. This is a call.
This one is tied. Katie Rick goes down. It's going to be Elise Schroeder who picks up the bronze here in Utah.
Well, we'll look at it one more time, and you can see everything running according to plan for Elise Schroeder. Absolutely flawless with great momentum on the outward trip, taking the lead, and maybe Katie Rick just pressing a bit on the return. Can't handle the transition from the second to the third log. So congratulations to Elise Schroeder, and now we're set for the final.
Well, in this final on the red line, of course, Shauna Martin. She's the favorite going into this, and Olivia Judd, who learned how to boom run from Shauna Martin. So those two are matched up in the finals. We'll see if the teacher can snatch a victory from the student one more time here.
Timers and judges ready. Competitors ready. Official start tone sequence.
Shauna should have the edge on the start. Oh, but they hit the first log together. Oh,
Olivia's staying up there. Oh, Olivia's down. It's going to be Shauna Martin if she can keep it together. She's going to be very deliberate going up that string of logs on the way home. Oh, stay on it, Shauna.
Challenging.
All right, Shauna
She
Martin.
jumped over the beam again. The clock is still running, Tommy.
Oh, no,
She's
no,
done
no,
it again.
no.
Nobody said
Oh, my
anything
goodness
yet.
there.
Now
Well,
she
doesn't
crosses
matter.
it.
She's made it legal now. She's not going to get a very good time, but she is going to get the win.
Olivia was right with her until the second to last log and goes in. Now Shauna stops at the turnaround to let the log settle a little before the return, but still she had all sorts of trouble. The little gold log, the little white one, and then look at this, the jump. Now watch in the background, the clock is still ticking. She's done the same thing she did last year. She jumped clean over the finish beam. She's not told yet. She's turning around, she's talking to someone. Now, oh, I've got to break the beam. There she goes. She'll get a time, but Tommy, that will affect her qualifying for next year.